A quick Google of the words property tax and crisis would turn up hundreds of hits among news reports in recent months. And for many Hoosiers, the bills of 2007 can fairly be labeled that way. Now, if you're watching tonight in any of the 250,000 Hoosier households where property taxes went down, you may be asking if the word crisis is an exaggeration. But if you're in South Bend or Muncie or anywhere else where bills suddenly skyrocketed, you won't think it's too big a word. None of us should think so because, as in everything, we are in this together, and a crisis for any Hoosier family is a problem for us all. Many of you know the Chinese concept Wei Ji, the single character for crisis that means both danger and opportunity. Indiana's property tax dilemma presents us with a glistening opportunity, not merely to alleviate a problem, but to create yet another positive advantage for our state. We are off to a fine start. Mr. Speaker, Mr. President Pro Tem, taxpayers could not ask for more fair-minded cooperation than you each demonstrated by beginning work immediately on the framework bill I proposed. The tenets of that framework are well known to each member and need no lengthy elaboration here. I ask you to take there's that number again, 4 major steps on behalf of taxpayers. First, immediate relief to every homeowner, taking Indiana property tax levels to some of the very lowest in America. The plan I sent you would place our state among the lowest 8 or 9 states anywhere, and by far the lowest in the Midwest. Second, permanent protection against the return of unaffordable taxes through a permanent constitutional cap of 1% of the home's value, an absolute ceiling beyond which no homeowner would ever pass. Make the cuts further secure by lifting permanently the costs of child welfare protection and school operations off the property taxpayer altogether. Third, reform of our hopelessly unfair assessment system with its unexplained inaccuracies and its unequal treatment of like properties. And fourth, genuine limits on total local spending and borrowing, with none of the loopholes and exceptions that have permitted such spending to balloon in recent years. I hope you will join me in giving citizens what they have in most states, a final say over major capital projects through a straightforward referendum. I do not share the fear of some that Hoosiers cannot be trusted to weigh the pros and cons of big investments for which they will pay the costs. I say trust the people, give them the facts, and let them vote. We should do all this in ways that preserve local control over the operations of schools and the setting of local priorities. Fix authority and accountability for controlling total spending where it should be, on the elected leadership of each community, and end the era of micromanagement from Indianapolis. The complaints have started, of course, from those who say they just couldn't possibly get by on less of the taxpayers' money. That capping property tax bills and total local spending must yield to the demands of business as usual. But it's business as usual that must yield. Business as usual means spending as usual, means taxing as usual. To tax less, you must first spend less. So you must say a polite no to the spenders and their lobbyists and an emphatic yes to the overburdened property taxpayers of Indiana.